Alright guys, welcome back to Strong Successful Male. So for today, going to hear a story titled, Given a Choice Between Vacation or Relationship. I'm a 41-year-old male, my girlfriend is a 42-year-old female. And guys, this story is about a guy who he's in the middle of a dilemma. It's a dilemma to him. To the rest of us, especially when you hear this story, it'd be a no-brainer how the situation should be resolved. But this guy doesn't know any better. And this is about a guy who is, in my opinion, a terrible relationship, and yet he's Mr. Nice Guy and lets his girlfriend walk all over him. And now he has the opportunity to go on a vacation of a lifetime, trip of a lifetime. His girlfriend wants him to cancel it, and pretty much is giving the ultimatum. It's either the vacation or the relationship. No brainer there, but this guy, he can't make up his mind, doesn't know what to do. And this story, this is an example, guys, of why I do what I do. Why it's so important that guys have someone that can pretty much give them a good slap upside the head on occasion, verbally, to knock some sense into them in terms of how to act. Because there's so many clueless guys, there's so many nice guys that get walked all over. This is why I try to help guys become better men, good take charge leaders, so they don't find themselves in situations like this. So I'm going to go through this, guys. You're going to see much more I'm talking about here, how and why this guy's in this situation. And it starts off, I've been planning and fully paid for vacations in the next 90 days for over 2 years. 90-day trip. The girlfriend has not worked by choice over 12 months and has enjoyed sitting around the house, playing video games, watching TV, hanging out with family, etc., while I work. Well, she sounds like a real winner. Good choice picking this one. Needless to say, I've been looking forward to vacations like this, like there's no tomorrow. One of the trips is a once-in-a-lifetime journey that I wanted to do since I was a child. 2 years ago, I had a chance to book it, and the girlfriend and I talked long and hard about it, and she agreed that we should take the trip together, so we booked it. So your girlfriend makes your decisions for you. How about more like, this is the trip of a lifetime, I work hard, so I'm going on this trip. You're welcome to join me, but if not, I'm going anyway. There's no agreeing or we plan this together type of thing. And notice in the beginning, guys, he says his girlfriend hasn't worked in over a year. Sounds to me like she's one of these people that has decided a year ago, hey, the government is paying people to pretty much stay home and not work, so I'm going to milk it as long as possible with the state unemployment benefits, the federal unemployment benefits, those checks people were getting in the mail for COVID, whatever the hell they were calling them, you know what I'm talking about, and refuses to get a job until pretty much the states and the federal government says, that's it, we're done. One of these types. Meanwhile, this guy is working hard, has some integrity being a man here, and yet you're going to see how this girl treats him. A couple weeks ago, the girlfriend informed me that she has taken a part-time job where her employer will let her know if they need her to work as needed. When she does have to work, it will only be for 2 hours a day during the week. 2 hours a day? That's nothing. She also told me that since she will have to be available to work at any time, I have to cancel all the vacations I have scheduled and paid for. Oh, really? That's what she's informed this guy? He's been planning this for 2 years. It's paid for. Vacation, trip of a lifetime, and he's going to cancel it for her 10-hour-a-week, 2-hour-a-day job? Yeah, sure. Real hard one to figure out what to do here. And yet this guy can't figure it out. I explained to her that I would lose several $1,000s due to the cancellation policy and asked repeatedly if she was sure we had to cancel. What do you mean you asked her? You say, we're not canceling this trip. I paid thousands of dollars. I've been waiting for this for 2 years. I've been working my butt off. And not to mention supporting you. So, you can find another part-time job. That's barely even... You can't even qualify that, in my opinion, as part-time. I would say part-time is 20 hours a week. Maybe 15, but 2 hours a day? And she's not doing anything else? This shouldn't be a discussion. But this guy's a typical Mr. Nice Guy, which we have a whole world of, to get walked all over and taken advantage of, and they don't get why. She was adamant that there was no options that I must cancel. I kept my cool and did my best to not get upset in front of her. So, lose thousands of dollars this guy invested on this trip for her 2-hour-a-day, 5-day-a-week job. what is she going to bring in that time period versus what he spent on this trip and would lose if he canceled it? What I'd be saying is, hey, well, first of all, I wouldn't be in this situation. I wouldn't be with some leech that wasn't working and mooching off me. And I certainly wouldn't be with someone that would act this way. But this guy, what I would do is say, look, I'm going on this trip. Okay? And if you don't want to go along, fine. I'll invite somebody else. I wouldn't actually invite her on the trip, but you get my point. Not asking her, but that's Mr. Nice Guy behavior. For several days, while listening to her go on and on about how important her job was to her family and friends on the phone, I've continued to get more and more stressed out and upset. Well, you're bringing that on yourself. You shouldn't be with this woman. She is a leech. She's a user. She's a selfish a-hole. But this guy, he enabled her behavior by being Mr. Nice Guy. Why is he supporting her? I mean, unless she is the most physically beautiful woman in the world, which I doubt, and is the most amazing, freaky, do whatever this guy wants in bed, which I also seriously doubt. Unless that's happening, no, not worth it. But even then, it's not worth it, because guess what? There's 4 billion women on the planet. You can replace their ass in a heartbeat. And what's this nonsense about going on with her family, how important her job is? What job is that important? It's 2 hours a day. Is she on the phone consulting the president? Is she consulting members of Congress for her vast knowledge for the 2 hours a day? Seriously. I end up asking her if we could sit down and talk about like adults. What do you mean? There's nothing to discuss. Nothing to discuss. But yet he wants to be Mr. Nice Guy, what you see in TV and movies. And watch how it works out for him, this nice guy behavior. I outlined my feelings in detail and explained how I worked very hard without any time off for over 18 months, and I will lose a considerable amount of money, and asked if there was any chance she could ask her employer about the dates. No, not this negotiation crap. You don't ask her, you say, here's what's going to happen here. Otherwise, I'm walking. End of story. I'm not canceling this. I've been planning this for years, spent all this money. This guy should have broken up with her like that in that situation. Her actions are showing everything he needs to know about her and her character. Always pay attention to people's actions, guys. Don't pay attention to people's words. Pay attention to their actions. It says everything. I admit that I did bring up the fact that I have completely supported her financially while she has chosen to not work for over a year and never asked anything in return. Well, this guy, obviously, he meant well and was trying to be a good guy and a good boyfriend, but what has that gotten him? Someone that's entitled, someone that's selfish, someone whose actions have demonstrated she doesn't give a crap about him. Hate to break it to you, dude, if you happen to see this video, but that's what's going on. You need to end it with her and move on with someone that's actually going to appreciate the generosity that you show. But unfortunately, you've been too nice, and she's lost respect for you, and she's probably no doubt a leech anyway, no matter who she'd be with. So of course she would not cancel this trip. Listen to this. This turned into her screaming at me, and while I did not raise my voice back at her, I would consider it turned into quite a bit of an argument where I was told basically to go on the vacation by myself, in which case we are breaking up. I would have been like, thank you. See ya. Have a nice life. Don't let the door hit your ass on the way out. Unbelievable. And this guy had every right to raise his voice there. He should have blown up like Mount Vesuvius, Mount St. Helens, Krakatoa, all combined into one. Every right. More of this nice guy stuff. I'm going to be calm and let her yell. I'm not going to raise my voice. No. She'd probably respect you a hell of a lot more if you actually yelled at her, because she had it coming. She said she threatened to break up or cancel the vacation, lose the money, and we can stay together. Stay together for what? You see, guys, how many bad situations so many men out there allow themselves to be in? Now, let me ask you a question, guys. I know I'm jumping in and out of here, but these are important points to make to help guys out and learn. Does this sound like a guy that has a whole lot of self-esteem, self-worth to be with someone like this? No. And typically guys that have no self-esteem or self-worth try too hard and do the Mr. Nice Guy thing, thinking that's going to get the person to respect them and love them more. They get treated like crap, and they keep doing all these nice things. You don't reward bad behavior. You don't keep doing nice things for people that treat you like crap. You only do it to people that have earned it through treating you equally in terms of being loyal, supportive, kind, fun, all these positive things. You don't do things thinking that I'm going to do all these nice things, they'll love me more, or I'll change their mind. No, they know that, believe me, she knows she's being a jackass. Trust me. Maybe she's even trying to sabotage this as a way to get rid of him. Or maybe she just wants to just mess with him. There are wacko women out there who like to do that on purpose. Who knows? But it's pretty obvious. Done. But he's not done yet. He's still puzzled. He says, at this point, I have not canceled the vacations as I'm going to lose the money either way. I care about her deeply, but I'm torn at this point as my feelings and thoughts are of no value at this point. Dude, it's obvious you care about her deeply, but she doesn't care about you. She doesn't care how hard you've worked, how this is important to you. A girlfriend that actually cared wouldn't want to spoil this for a guy she truly cared about. She'd be happy that he gets to go on this trip for working so hard and was so excited to go to do. And a good girlfriend would be a part of it, because women like guys that are passionate and excited about certain things. It's like a thrill. It gets them really excited. I don't get it, but it is what it is. While I can only explain post my side of the fence, is it bad that I'm seriously thinking of just going on the trip and moving on after I get back? No, as I've been saying through the whole thing. You need to end this. You need to, I'm assuming you guys live together, so you need to figure out new living arrangements, get your stuff out of there. If you got to put it in storage, and get out of there, go on this vacation, have the time of your life. Now, I'm assuming you obviously paid for her, so there's your side of the vacation and there's hers. So see if you can get some money back from her part, or invite a good friend to go along with you if you can't get your money back. But this guy absolutely needs to go on this vacation. It's a no-brainer. But again, guys, this goes to show you why I do what I do to help guys out, because so many guys are clueless. He's going on here posting this story online because he doesn't know what to do. And a lot of people, I guarantee, are going to be tough in the comment section about her, which they should, and even him. And if he happens to see this video, he could actually interpret my reaction as me being a jerk. And to be honest, I'm really not trying to be a jerk. I'm just being very blunt and direct and how he ought to handle the situation. This guy's a good guy, but too nice. See, guys, this guy needs to end it with her. Walk out that door, never look back. Take all his stuff, if he's going on this vacation, which he should, put it in storage, put it in his family's house, I don't know what. Have a blast, come back, start anew. Clean slate. Get your own place, and never talk to this leech, this bloodsucker, this jerk again. It's not rocket science. Any guy that has standards, that has self-worth and self-esteem, would never be in a situation like this. He wouldn't tolerate it. He wouldn't tolerate from the beginning her not working for a year and him having to take care of everything because she just didn't want to work. He wouldn't tolerate someone that wants to have a 10-hour-a-week part-time job and act like she is literally working for the White House or working for some top corporation. I mean, what the hell is she doing for 2 hours a day? That's more important than this vacation, right? She doesn't care about him. No guy would put up with that. High-value men, high-status men, whatever you want to call them, wouldn't tolerate this crap. And I want all guys to get to the point that they are a guy like that, a guy of respect, a guy that has self-respect. Because when you have self-respect, you're not going to tolerate bullshit. You're going to command respect from other people. I mean, you're not going to be walking around like a jerk saying, I command respect from you. But the way you carry yourself, the way you handle yourself, the way you don't tolerate crap will gain your respect. So I want this guy, if he happens to see this, brother, go on the vacation. Have a blast. Enjoy yourself. You earned it. And come back and she's toast. Find a new place, cut her off completely. And make sure you don't end up in a situation like this down the road. Because a lot of guys end up with the same type of girl over and over again. The same way that women end up with the same type of bad guy over and over again because they just attract that type. Or they're attracted to that type. Don't do that, okay? But this guy needs to do some work on himself, getting some self-respect, getting some balls, and not tolerating disrespect or people who take advantage of him. And there can be a whole laundry list of reasons why people do that. Family shit, psychological stuff, who knows, but that's not my job to determine. They got to figure it out and do the work on themselves to get them in a better place so that doesn't happen again, but that's on their end. So, anyhow, guys, I wanted to cover this just to show you the type of guys that are out there, they just don't get it. They need help. So if you guys are watching this now and you're in a situation like this, or you're being taken advantage of, or anything remotely close to a scenario like this, you got to stop. Don't let it happen. Don't be that guy. Don't be in this situation. And there's a whole world of dudes out there like this, and it's not going to stop. I can do my part to help out some guys, but in the grand scheme of things, you're going to have plenty of guys like this. And if you're not like this, you are way ahead of the masses out there. So anyhow, guys, that is it for today. Be sure to comment down below. Let me know what you think about this, and be sure to like the video, share with your friends, and subscribe. And I'll catch you next time.